Everyone wants to be a part of something big, important. But to get there, you need to prove yourself. No one's gonna hand it to you. You have to take it and make it your own.
Now there was a time. Now you need to know. See, I've been a bad man. And can't wait till you see. I can't wait. So how you like me?
Too small, too slow. 2 words, doesn't matter. Once you're chosen, you're in.
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
Time to step up, stand out, or get lost in the shuffle. Tell him, 50.
50. I mean, the draft is the draft, man. I love the number 1 picks, but I'm an underdog. You probably like me better when I'm down, but I'm up. I'm on my A game, I'm about to go nuts. The underdog, I stay on top. Everything I touch turn to gold now, watch. Hard work, focus, dedication, practice, discipline. I hope you're listening. My recipe for success, I'm the best, I'm the bomb. Haters can't believe it, I'm on. What's up?
How you like me now? How you like me now?
How you like me now?
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
You dominate.
Someday you'll be on top.
You devastate.
Someday you'll be a national name. The path to that someday starts today.
Let's get this thing started.
It doesn't matter if you're the first pick, the 75th pick, or the last pick. This is your moment to shine.
It's time.
I made it. Today is a new day. I love you, man. Welcome to the show.
The draft is on.
Tell me you missed me. It's me, Ice the Man. It's your boy. I have been gone, but now I have returned. Oh man, EFL, where have you been my whole life? Many seasons have passed, many Maddens have dropped, but finally, we have gotten some sort of OTP, online team play, at the wonderful EliteTeamPlay.com. This year has been amazing. So far, just how quickly they've gotten things rolling, kind of throwing this beta season together. I have with me on the show for the first ever draft on the EFL on the clock session. I have with me the realist. Are you there, brother?
Yes, I am. Good to be back.
Great to have you on the show. Your staff, am I correct? Your staff. You're not playing this season, so you kind of get like a biased opinion on a lot of things. So I mean, you get
a little bit.
Throw in your 2 cents without really being competing on the. So you get to talk trash without actually throwing down the gloves just yet. I know you're focusing on the the combine, right? Is that where your focus has been?
Right about now, yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, great. Appreciate you having on the show, Realist. I also have the Vice President of League Operations, the VPLO, Outtakers with me as well, and a big shout out to Outtaker. Thank you so much for helping with the different graphics I'm going to show tonight and have the different things. I appreciate all your hard work. But Outtaker, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being on the show and giving up your Wednesday night. Now, this is the first ever draft of our EFL. I don't even remember if we've ever even done a draft back when we ran EFL back in the old days. But it's the first season, Beta 1. I mean, it's really difficult to do. This MUT thing throws in kind of a lot of curveballs. Let's talk a little bit before we get rolling on the draft on how the season's playing out. Now the expectations. I've got a couple small questions since I've got 2 of the staff sitting in here with me. Great to ask questions and kind of figure it out. Now, if a new guy comes along, I'm going to throw this out at one of you guys. Anyone can answer. How would you explain the EFL to them?
I'll let you
wanna
answer
take
that,
this,
Rillis.
Taker? You wanna take? Okay. I would say a little bit different since we're used to doing reg teams. But since we've converted to MUT, since this is what we have, I would say we're a sim style league. Try to cut down on the cheese as much as possible. Obviously, you're gonna have some guys who run some cheese, but as long as it's within the rules. Um, we're not coming in here with full 99 overall teams, 95 overall teams. What we're trying to do is limit that to be as close to realistic as possible. So what we're going to do is have our rosters with 5 high elite players,
Now, what do you
five
consider high
low
elite?
elite,
Like, is there a number above, like 90?
anything 84 and above. I know that's not really 84 is not really high, but that's like what we're doing. I'm sure people are going to go higher than 84 overalls. You'll see probably some 90s, mid 90s, high 90s, where that with that area, and then we have what is low elites. Sorry, gonna get blown up now that I'm on a show. Um, we have what we call low elites, which are between 80 to 83. So you get 5 of those. And then the rest of your roster on offense or defense must be 74 overall or below. And when I say 5 high elites and 5 low elites, you have 5 of those on each side of the ball. So you can have 5 90s on the offensive side of the ball and 5 90s on the defensive side of the ball.
Now, if I pick a 90 for my team, let's say I own a team. I'm just going to go with the first team that pops in my head, the Giants, which is the first round pick tonight. If I own the Giants and I have, I pick, I don't know, Michael Vick as my quarterback because that's one of the only top cards I have, like a 90 something, then that's my one. Nobody else can use Michael Vick, that card, or any Michael Vick card. Is that correct?
Correct, and that also leads into the MUT cards draft that we will have probably about a week from now. I think we have exactly a week from now. We have set up to mix up the rosters, like I said, so we won't have everyone using the same exact cards. If we were just coming in here with these rules, we would have everyone with Tyreek Hill, everyone with Mike Vick, Randy Moss, etc. So what we're going to do is have a MUT cards draft. It's going to be similar to this draft. You just come in and you select a player's likeness. So like, let's say I have the first pick, and I want to select Todd Gurley. No one else in the league can have Todd Gurley but my team.
Gotcha. So you're the only Todd Gurley in the whole league. So my only concern, because you're drafting these players, right? Let's say I come in as a QB,
Right.
Let's say QB, defensive line, whatever, and I don't have the Michael Vick card that you drafted. Even though we talked about it, you have it, I don't. So now I have to go out and get that card, or can I play with another card that's not used? So I can play with, let's say, Aaron Rodgers, let's say, that's nobody picked up. I can use him, but if it's under, it's got to be under an 84, right? Or does that work like that?
With that, what we're doing is we're saying, so we went. Actually, one of the owners asked us this question, which is hog crazy. He said, "What if, like we draft Michael Vick with whatever pick, and one of my lines wants to use Michael Vick, but the other one can't quite afford him. Well, you have 2 options. You're not forced to use Michael Vick. We made it so only one line has to use them, but so one of your lines is required to use the card you draft.
Okay.
And the other line can use any quarterback that wasn't drafted or whatever player that wasn't drafted at that position that they select.
And it can be a 90 whatever, a 90 above, right? Or so just for example, let's say I've got an Aaron Rodgers that's a 97 and we got a Michael Vick that's a 94. Nobody else selected Aaron Rodgers, and that's on my high card spot is at quarterback. Can I use that Aaron Rodgers 97 or no? I can't use. I can only use an 84 and below.
No, you can use that card you just said.
Okay, I can use that high card. Okay. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan at all. I'm just asking. I don't even know if that card exists. I grinded my teams like an 85. That's about how far I grinded. So I didn't grind. That's why I picked head coach, which that still gives the people that did not grind the ability to come in under head coach, and then all you really have to do is go out and get the right team jerseys and the right head coach. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, good, good. So we've got kind of a rundown real fast. It is played under Madden, under the MUT versus are the owners are supposed to talk before the game, I'm assuming, and um, get like a code that they're going to use, like EFL one or New York v Eagles or whatever it may be, NY versus PHI or whatever it may be, that their code that they're going to link up together, right? And
Yes, correct.
what teams? Now, I'll take her. You played back in the old days with us as well, and I know Realist did as well. But I'll take her. What rules drug itself over from the old EFL, VFL days that we used to play long back when we were younger? Were there any rules that find itself in the new rule book?
Yeah, one that I can think on the top of my head is the three lineman that rushes the quarterback at all times. That's a rule that we kept. I think there's a couple more. Realist, do you know any other on the top of your head right now? I'm about to pull the rule book up right now as we speak.
Yeah, I didn't warn you about it ahead of time. Is the 75-25 rule? That's one of the ones I was wondering. Or the 70-30?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that
a rule
rule's
that's
still there.
staying as well.
75-25
Yeah.
is there? Okay.
And the quarterback can't have more rushes than the running back unless it's, of course, like a quarterback kneel. Another thing, too, is we've still implemented the gentleman's code.
Okay.
So, yeah, if one team is completely smacking another line, then they're basically having to run the ball on first and second down, and on third, they can pass it, but it's like a certain length of passing that they can't really throw that far. I think it's, like 35, 40 yards. But other than that, I can't think of the other ones that are on the top of my head. Is there
made
any
its
ones
way
that I'm
over?
missing on the list?
Are there any new
Yeah.
rules due to the MUT things? Are there any major new rules other than the cards? I know that's you got to pick 5. You said 5 on offense, 5 on defense, right? 90 or 84 and above, which can be any 90s plus whatever. I know you guys have been to the lab and labbed this out a few times. Been to the war room, I should say. I see you guys on all night. So, have you done this a couple times with your own personal cards, and what kind of overalls are you getting?
Yeah, I've done a couple of lineups, and I'm averaging anywhere between 83 to an 86 overall on one side of the ball.
Gotcha. Okay. And then depending, I'm sure what cards you have would increase that or lower that. But what you're trying to do is keep it under like a 90. I'm assuming all players under like a 90 overall by doing this.
Well, I mean, I
You're
haven't ran
pretty
into
much
any. I haven't ran into any lines yet that's reached a 90 with the criteria that we've enforced for the league. I think the highest I've seen is maybe an 89, 88.
And what were you going to say, Realist?
That's what I was gonna say. More of I think the average you'll see is I would say the average you'll see is 86 to 87, and it all depends where each team goes in the draft and what cards they select to best fit their roster.
Gotcha. Well, let's get into some pre-draft because that's why we're really here on the clock. First ever episode, first ever draft for the EFL for the season 1. The season is shortened, so let's talk a little bit about the path to the draft. Who's available? Who's up? I did see Outtaker, since we have you in here. I did see your mock draft. Looked through there. You had IR Brady, the Giants, in the first round, selecting Shady on Xbox. Mr. Showtime going in the first round to the Eagles. Big Man going to the Titans. The Hutch going first round, pick 4 to the Chargers. The Patriots, Remix. Joker going to the Texans. Test the User to the Panthers. And GA Boy 706 going to the Saints. How confident are you on those first round, first 8 picks?
I'm probably only 70% confident. When I made this list, I based it off of 3 factors. I've based it off of my experience with those users back in the old league days. The second is I kind of looked at some of the names and some of the owners, and I kind of I basically was like, okay, I know that these guys played before. They have chemistry, so I am expecting them to pick those guys up. And then the third, of course, is people that I've played with in the league, not in the league, but in MUT squads in general. So yeah, those are really the three determinations. But I mean, like I said, I'm only 70% confident in this list.
Gotcha. So you're thinking you've got a few amount of picks that are correct here. I know that you have a couple right. I don't know how many beyond the two that I think you have right from discussions in the league. One of the things I struggled with, and probably you're with this as well. I've tried to do some media things and put some, trying to really apply media because I think that's where the EFL shines over any other league. But I'm running into how do I look at these players? I mean, you've played with some of these guys, but how do you look and say, how good Mags is? I mean, I know how good he is at Call of Duty, and I've played with him a few times. But if I'm outside and I'm not on his friends list, say I'm not on his friends list, I'm somebody else. How do you look at this and say, oh, Mags he used to be a good QB, but I mean, realistically, how do you justify and judge? You just taking a shot in the dark based on history?
Yeah, I think you're going a lot, maybe like 80%, 80 to 90% off. Just the gamer tag alone, just knowing what you know about them in the past and kind of using that as your basis and hoping that you can remember what that player was capable of or not capable of from the past to current time.
Yeah, I mean, you're just pretty much taking a pure shot in the dark. I mean, the bonus is it's only 2 weeks long season, so if you get it wrong, you'll know next season. Um, but I mean, I see some guys on here now. Keep in mind, it is 5 rounds, and then 4 rounds, and then the 5th, 6th, and 7th are ECU. Which ECU, from my understanding, emergency call up. You're still on the roster, but you could play any position you need in order to just kind of fill in for that position. Are you doing call ups and send downs this year? So if I do pick up somebody in the 6th round that's blowing up, I could say, you got the starter. You're no longer a part of the team. Is that a real thing or no?
No, I think we're kind of just going like you're an ECU, but if you're on the roster, you're on the roster.
Gotcha. So you could play anywhere you need to play to fill in, but
Yep.
also if the guys, so so it doesn't really matter if I pick somebody in the 7th round. Technically, they're still part of the team, and I could just use them.
Yep.
I can replace my starting quarterback I picked in the 1st round if I picked up a 7th round quarterback. Is what you're saying? I can just replace them, and they're still on the team, but I don't have to start the first 4 guys I picked don't have to start on my team. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Gotcha. So I've got 6 guys to really put together these lines based on availability and skill, really. I mean, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, that's, I mean, am I missing anything? Kind of want to go over, what do you think about the first 7 or first 8 picks here, looking at it?
It's kind of hard for me because it really is because you don't know what these guys are capable of. It's been so long. I feel like you don't know what people are capable anymore because there's been so long of a break in between Maddens since we've had squads. We're somewhere capable to run a league like this. So I guess you could say in the terms you don't know who's washed, who's not.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a lot of drafting by name. Ooh, I know this guy, I'm going to draft him. Or I play with this guy, or I've played with him during this, thing, so I'm going to pick him up. So I can see a lot of the history involved in this year's, at least the first ever draft. Beyond that, I can see how it will change up and switch things up. But I could see that. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to go through it, and I'm like, he was garbage, but is he garbage now? I don't know. Or this guy was decent. Is he still decent? Reliability plays a role, but not as big as a role as it would if we only had 4 picks instead of 7, or 5 picks instead of 7, or whatever it may be, because then reliability isn't as big as a problem. Of course, you don't want to waste your first pick on certain things, but about 7 minutes away from the draft. Am I missing anything? Anything we want to discuss? Anything we want to throw out?
I think the commission might win in here, so you can ask him a few questions.
Yeah. Oh, not
I'm
yet.
gonna send him an invite.
Get him in here real quick.
There you go.
All Commish is in. You
All right,
in,
he's
Abyss?
Yeah,
You in
he's in.
here? Abyss? Hey, all right. So, anything you want to do to kick off the draft? I mean, you've got 7 minutes, 6 minutes left before the draft starts. Is there any special rules or regulations that you want people to know about? Anything that we need to inform before we get rolling on this draft?
I mean, 2 minutes a pick. I mean, I'll just go down that. 9 o'clock starts. Brady gets 2 minutes. Once it hits 0, if he hasn't picked, we skip and go to the next guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I've stressed that multiple times over the last week, so
Can the
tell
GM make
everyone
the
to get their
pick as
sheets
well?
ready. If the GM posts in the draft chat, the pick is official.
Okay, so a lot of owners smacking their GM's hand, or not?
Yeah, see, I think Willie has his guy in there. Camaro's in there. James is in there. And user picks in there. Oh, and Northside. So about 5, I think.
5, and then we have all the owners prepared and ready to roll, hopefully here real shortly. 5 minutes away from the draft. Real excited this season because I can't wait to get started and rolling. I'm trying to think of anything else really to come. I mean, other than the fact that the list that we were just talking about. Oh yeah, I can go over what teams need. I didn't think of that. What the teams need. I mean, the Giants, from what I have, needs 1 offensive coordinator, quarterback, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver. That offense needs to either play 2 defensive lines, 1 linebacker, 1 defensive back. Mainly, what's really important here is the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. Offensive coordinator and the QB go together because that's the only real locked position. But defensive coordinator looks like Giants need 2. That's what we're really low on. We have 21 defensive coordinator and 24 offensive coordinators available in the draft. So we have 2 defensive coordinators, the Giants. Eagles need 1, 2 to the Titans, 1 to the Chargers, 1 to the Patriots, 2 to the Texans, 2 to the Panthers, and 2 to the Saints. Now, I know there's no real lock in the system, but when someone applies what they want to play, and correct me if I'm wrong, staff, that's kind of the thing where they would like to be, and that you can't move them from that position without having a conversation with that player.
Right. If they tell you, if they're signing up a D coordinator, receiver, linebacker, and you say, hey, you're playing running back, D line, head coach, they could be like, yeah, it's not happening.
Gotcha.
And the owner kind of screwed himself there and is going to have to drop him.
Now, is there a drop to free agent? That's something we didn't talk about how that works. I mean, is there a free agent drop?
Yeah, if you drop someone, it'll be like it used to be. They go on like a waiver, and then if someone claims them, cool. If not, then they drop to the free agency.
Hopefully, being a 2-week season, we won't have a whole lot of that. But if you're going into...
Hopefully none.
Yeah, hopefully none, right? But if I'm dropping a player, I then can grab one out of the free agency? Is that like a call-up, send-down type of mentality you guys are doing, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think that's fair. And most of the guys in the free agency are going to be in the draft anyways.
Yeah.
So if you have to drop a guy and pick somebody else up that would have, that didn't even get drafted, then it's not that big of a deal.
So I still have hope. Thanks for that. Right now, I've got I put in all the people and what they have. Let me pull this up for you guys real quick, and I kind of put in what the team needs are: the Giants, the Eagles, the Titans, the Chargers, the Patriots, the Texans, Panthers, and Saints. The only one that screwed up is the Panthers because I don't know what position Carnage is playing. I don't know where he's playing on the field. He put a question mark on his, like he didn't know either. So I'm assuming he had both offensive and defensive. He's just kind of waiting to see where he fits in.
Yeah, I think he plays with Behe, and I think one of them's probably offense and one's probably defense.
Because it showed here on your sheet that he didn't have anything down. He just said, yes, GM is all he had. And then Behe, of course, on that team, he's doing head coach, wide receiver, defensive line. So, of course, they can change. Again, it doesn't really matter. They can fit in where they need to get in, so these numbers could change. But I did list out here all of the offensive coordinator, running backs, wide receivers, defensive lines, linebackers, defensive back, defensive coordinators, head coaches they need. Also have the full list of the free agent we can adjust based on that. Now, if you're picking up in the first round, with only a couple minutes left before we start, Realist, what would be your first pick? I mean, if you got the first pick, first round to fill your team, what would you do if you were the Giants? What would be your very first pick?
I think you got to take a quarterback. Quarterback's going to be very important on this game. This is something new, like people have been out of it for a while. So I feel like if you find your quarterback and you're very confident, I would take that guy first.
Abyss, same question. Who would you take first round, first pick? You're setting there. You've got one offensive coordinator, one quarterback.
If I was Brady,
Well, if you were the Giants,
just
you
in
put
general.
yourself in general. In general, who would be your first pick? Who would be first off the board?
hey, you got to get another quarterback.
Yeah.
If it was, regular teams, I'd take Hutch.
Regular teams, you take Hutch. What about you, Outtaker? Who would you take as your very first pick overall?
I'm also going to say quarterback. It would be a toss up between Shady on Xbox and Remix.
Gotcha.
I will say something. I will make a bold prediction.
Go ahead.
He signed up. A lot of people might not know about him in this community. If he plays and he doesn't flake out, I think one of the best players is going to be Ryan Plays Mutt.
Really?
Yeah.
And he is who is Ryan Plays Mutt?
Quarterback.
Signed up as a quarterback?
He
Hey,
is
picks are
currently
coming
ranked.
in the draft chat. Really.
Okay, he is currently ranked, but that kid is currently ranked 50 on the Mutt Squad's leaderboard, and
Right here he is. Quarterback
Pretty
DB. I would honestly, I would go different, not just to be different, but defensive coordinators I think are scary this year. I think that the defense works fucking wonders in this year's game. You can really make an offense look horrible if you've got the right players on defense. So I'd find someone that's got a 99 overall defense, and you would be my coordinator. So that's kind of where I would go, coach, based off, but that's just me. I know that
the draft started, though,
it
the
has.
first two picks are already in.
Yep,
Holy
3
crap.
picks are in there.
Okay, well, shit. Let me get caught up here behind. Let's go to the first pick. Of course, we don't need a clock up in the top right-hand corner, but the first pick for the Giants is
Shady on Xbox.
on X. Look at that. So Shady is off the board.
And the second pick is already in, if you're ready.
Okay. Go in for the second pick.
Second pick is Mr. ATM.
Mr. ATM. Okay, so we got Shady on Xbox and Mr. ATM. That puts the Titans on the clock. Is that correct?
Yes, and that pick is already in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Slide this over here so I can
Apple.
start marking else.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
It's probably Apple Danish, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Apple Danish. Apple Danish.
All right, that pick is already in. So who do we have on the clock for the third pick here? Trying to figure this out. And
who's
the
next for
Chargers
this?
are on the clock, right?
That would be Z actually correct.
Yeah, he made his pick.
Okay, what do we got?
Right.
Perfect. Let's
Let me see here.
Surprise pick to me.
Ooh. Mags.
Wow. Z actually picked Mags?
Mags with the fourth pick of the draft.
Wow. Okay. Start the clock. Patriots are on the. Are they picked yet or no? Going so quick, I can't even keep up with them.
If the next pick comes in Abyss, you say it for me.
The next pick is not in.
Yeah.
I got to get caught up.
I got you on 5th pick. Hog crazy with the Patriots. Took
Yes.
Money Mike.
Wow. So Money Mike is now.
Beastie is now on the clock. 2 minutes for him.
Texans is on the clock. Let me start the clock. Picks are going nuts, and we're going to need a minute just to catch up and figure out what's going on. They were ready, I guess, to blow in here. So we have Apple Danish off the board. Who else do we got off the board? Apple Danish is gone.
There you go.
Pick is in.
Pick is in. Beastie selects Ryan plays Mutt.
Who did he select?
Ryan plays Mutt. Same person I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He said that's the sleeper, right?
In my opinion, that is the sleeper.
Panthers are on the clock. I'm trying to get caught up. They're picking so fast here. I did all this work and now I can't even keep up.
Everybody was ready.
Yeah, I have a timer going, and it gets about 8 seconds in.
Yeah, I know. I've got the timer on the thing. I didn't even skip the first.
Panthers took Beaver, furry beaver, or beaver sniffer.
What is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
You remember beaver sniffer, don't you?
What's his gamer tag? It's not Beaver Sniffer.
Test the user.
Okay. Test the user. Okay. Oh, Furry Beaver. Yeah, that is his game. I was looking under the username we had him on. Okay, well, the Saints then are on the clock. Geez, we're gonna have to. Next draft, we have to make the clock like 4 minutes so we have something to talk about while they're doing all these picks because we're gonna need a.
It'll slow down after the first or second round here.
Really get into a discussion on it, but you've got Ryan plays Mutt, Test the User, Apple Danish, Mags, he's gone.
Next
right?
pick. Next pick's already
Next pick
in
is
as
in.
well. Go ahead, Realist.
The last pick of the first round, right?
And he has
Saints
back-to-back
will-
picks.
Yeah, with back-to-back picks, but the last pick of the first round, the Saints take Remix.
Always a good quarterback.
Okay, and the Saints did need a quarterback, offensive coordinator. I think that's the only one they need. We got a lot of quarterbacks coming off right away. We do have.
They took their next pick as well.
Okay.
And their next pick is Big Man. First pick of the second round.
Now we have Panthers on the clock. Well, Big Man is selected in the first pick of the second round. Wow, I'm trying to get caught up, so at the same time, I'm trying to get everybody off the board. Are you updating this somewhere? Somebody? Anybody?
Yes,
you
my
are. Perfect,
regular
okay.
Google Doc
Gotcha.
is all updated.
Perfect.
They're in white if they've been drafted, and I put them in the owners
Oh, it looks like-
on the owners teams in the
it looks
owner
green.
Google Doc.
Green. Oh, and they're in white on.
Who said that? I don't know
So
who that
far,
is.
looking at the mock draft,
Oh,
Shady
who
on
dat?
Xbox was the first pick. Mr. Showtime was the second pick. That's not Mr. ATM, right?
No,
Apple-
Mr. ATM was the second pick.
Yep. Big Man you had, and then it was Apple Danish. Totally screwed up your whole the hutch. You told Mag over the hutch. It is an old guy, so I mean, you're kind of close. Money Mike going that high. That's fifth round, first pick. Sixth pick was Ryan plays Mutt, which you labeled as
Thank you,
the
Rose.
big sleeper there. Test the user on the seventh pick. And the eighth pick was Remix. And then the first pick in the round second was Big Man 25. Did we get the pick in?
Yep, it's Who Dat.
Who dat?
He used to play with Furry Beaver a lot, I believe. Beastie also chose.
Yeah,
If you want to
0910.
tell the next person.
Sure. Shoot it out. Who's the next pick? Let me get
Texas.
the Texans.
Tex Saints.
Texans pick Texas.
Yep.
Texans
Saints,
pick
yep.
Texas. Nice. The Pats are on the board, correct? Or on the clock?
But they are.
God, 2 minutes doesn't even give me.
That
a
would be
chance.
Hog. I'll tag Hog here.
Clock. I started the clock for him.
He took Champions.
Right. Chargers is on the clock.
You guys are killing it out here, man.
Yeah, they're destroying it fast. I can't even keep up with what the team needs and what they covered, and we're gonna have to have an aftermath session.
If we go too fast, my wife won't want me to spend time with her, guys.
Oh,
Slow
let's
down a
slow
little
this
bit.
down. Yeah. I don't even have time to-
Is there Biss, see if the guys are down for like a pause after like the before the ECUs, so we can interview a couple of people.
Z
We can keep you away from your wife.
Actually, my thing stopped. Was the other pick in? Sorry for the Chargers.
Is he actually? No, he hasn't picked yet.
We're waiting on the
Okay,
Chargers
he
to
picked.
pick.
He just picked Aries.
That's a pretty solid pick.
Reese Money. Oh, that's a good pick, of course.
Yeah, pretty solid pick.
Is Redwater playing?
That's who
Brutal.
signed up last minute. The Titans are on the clock. There's an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll mute my mic.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep hearing myself in your mic and then over again in the system writing back in my ear. So I'm getting a double, triple, quadruple thing. So looking at it, the Texans are now on the clock.
Yep.
Their first
Titans.
The Titans are now on the clock.
They have their line set. James, Rogue, and Danish always play together.
So they're expecting
I
their
feel like
which in this league one line can really carry it. I mean, it's the best of 5 in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Your
right.
second line could be
3-5-5.
absolutely garbage. So
I feel like Gabe, ATM, and Pick, if they play together, that's going to be the line.
yeah.
And next pick is in.
Right. Who do we have?
Dirty Falcons.
Hey, oh, Dirty Falcon. What position is he playing this year? Dirty Falcon.
He is quarterback listed.
Way to get a new.
I've always liked Dirty. He always was a good guy. Play with.
And the next pick is in.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Let me. The next pick of the draft is.
Mr. Showtime.
Hey, Mr.
Return of the
Showtime.
King, Showtime. I don't even remember. These guys had a
Oh,
lot
Return of the
of game
King.
tags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of these guys have changed their gamer tag in the last 3 years that we played. I don't remember any of them. But the Giants are on the clock for the last pick of the second round.
Yeah, you can announce that in this.
I'm gonna butcher this a little bit. Ivy Zakamak.
IV Zakamak? Anybody have any clue who that is?
Zakamak. No, but Altaker posted him as a sleeper.
He plays
for
with
the
Shady
season.
on Xbox.
Gotcha. And so did he pick Shady the first round? So he's putting Shady's team together.
Yeah. So my picks for that team have been 100% correct so far.
That's the first time the timer went off, and I forgot to reset it.
I have it going on the stream here correctly. So if that's 140, 138, I mean we're good here going into the third round now, the second pick of the third round. Am I correct?
First pick
no,
of
it's
the
first
third
pick.
round.
First pick of
And
the
that
third
would
round.
be Nate Cash Money.
Nate Cash Money.
So I think Shady,
that's right, he had to double
Nate,
pick.
and Zakamak might be playing together.
So now the Eagles are on the clock.
Nate Cash Money. He's always been a good player too.
Trying to keep up over here, but it's so far. The Giants in this first and second round pick Shady on Xbox, Izaka, Mako, whatever, and then Nate Cash Money. Those are the three picks there. They also have IR Brady and Black North Side, so they're just looking for that one last spot in that round 4.
I feel like Gabe's either gonna take like maybe Eastern, maybe take Hutch because he knows the name. What do you think, Russ? You know these guys.
Mm, I'm honestly not sure.
What do they still need to
If
fill?
I'm not sure who they would.
They needed 2 offensive coordinators, right? They picked
They just
up.
need one.
They need
Gabe,
one now.
Pick, and ATM are going to play on a line, I believe. I'm not sure. But then you got Showtime, who's a good receiver DB. You need a quarterback and running back for that line. So they may take Eastern. Could take it like Hutch or something at a quarterback.
All right, guys. I have a special guest who's going to come on. And ask him a few questions if you guys want. I'm sure Ice would like to.
Oh, they took
depends.
Underground Beast, Strap Mob, with the number 2 pick of the 3rd round.
Number 2 pick of the 3rd round.
Strap Mob, which I
on
believe
Titan.
is Underground Beast, right?
I'm not sure. But I just invited a special guest. First pick of the draft into the stream. And there he is.
Do we have him on?
Yeah, we do.
So how does it feel being the very first pick in the very first draft of the EFL? I mean, you got a party tonight, pop one. I mean, it is Wednesday. You got to be careful. You probably got work
I'm
tomorrow.
actually going to a party tonight,
Well,
but
there you go. Look at that. Shady, it's
But,
been a long time, brother. How you been?
pretty good, man.
Kind of been quiet around here lately. I haven't seen you on. Haven't seen you playing much.
I'm always on. I'm just on late usually because I work a lot, but and then I got into some legal trouble, so I was kind of away for a little bit.
A minute left on the clock with the Titans. Sorry to jump off the side here, but what did they make a pick yet or no?
They selected the Great Lynx. Looks like a defensive coordinator for their second line.
Great Lynx. All right, resetting the clock for the Chargers. Chargers are on the clock. So Shady going to the New York Giants. I mean, think you can work with IR Brady and make that team a Super Bowl team for the first season?
Yeah, I mean, they picked up both my boys, so
Kind of got your line you want, right?
yeah, the dude is Akamai. That's my boy Chino. That's my best friend in real life, and he has the defense. So
You're already saying first round, first pick, you're going to bring home the trophy, huh?
oh yeah.
Shady, counting it right now. You heard it here. New York Giants, 2-week season. They're bringing home the trophy. Did you already set up your team and how? Did you already talk to Brady about who you want and how you want them to picks for the Mutt draft?
I don't really care. I'm sitting on like 1,000,000 coins, so they can pick whoever they want. I mean, I already have like a lot of the cards, so I mean,
Yeah, I know you grind a little bit. Like I said, I haven't seen you on, but usually I'm in bed by the time you get on. So
yeah, I have like a 95 offense, and my boy has a 96 defense. So
now it is 40 seconds left. Did the Chargers already pick?
No. He is looking for someone to pair with Mags and Aries, I think.
Ice the man. Sorry, I was coughing.
And he
Uh-oh. The next
He,
pick in the draft is the commissioner.
Oh, Abyss. Okay. Looks like you're going over there and running some defensive coordinator, right?
I don't know, he sent me a DM that asked if I'd play D-line.
Oh, that's too bad there's no trades.
You'd hate to see it.
I'd have to
So
have.
what's going to happen when he finds out you're not as good as Redwater?
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Brutal.
That hurts. Quarterback, defensive line, or are you gonna play? Did they need two
Nah, I
quarterbacks
think
over there?
he wants me to play with Mags and Aries, maybe.
Running back D-line?
D-line. I would like to play quarterback, but I signed up at defense when I saw that we didn't have enough defensive players.
Yeah, we needed more defensive coordinators. The commish taking one for the team. Did the Pats pick yet? Does IR Brady have a pick in? Isn't he Pats? IR Brady?
No, that's Hog Crazy.
Hog Crazy, my fault. I apologize. So, Hog Crazy.
Just waiting for him to make his pick.
Got a minute left on the clock. Counting down here. We've got some pretty good picks. I mean, what do you think the draft so far, Shady? Going quick. Like, I can't even keep up.
I mean, honestly, I was like driving home from dropping off my friend Chino, which is a Zakamok at work, and then that's why I was so late for this. But so I don't really know what's been going on in this draft.
Well, you got your boy Zakama, and then Nate Cash Money's also on your team. You got Black Northside and R.R. Brady. You got a pretty good little team rolling there.
Yeah, no, me,
Giants.
Nate, and Azakama
Hey,
play
big news.
like every night together. So
The pick is in.
Big news coming in, boys. Hog Crazy selects Ice the Man.
Oh, shit. Game over.
Ice is excited.
Ecstatic. I thought I was going to be an ECU, but hey, I will take it. I guess I still could be an ECU because after they see me play. But I am okay with that. The Texans
Looks
are
like
now on the
champ
clock.
Money Mike. Maybe Camaro told him to take you.
Yeah. Well, he asked me if I were to play. I said, that's fine. Just take me late because if you take me early, it's a waste. Which round 3 I would consider a little early. I mean, you could probably have gotten me 4th or 5th and that'd have been fine. But I'll take it. I mean, shit, I'm going to play, so they know they can rely on me.
Beastie took Timo with the next pick.
Not a bad little pick. So currently, Beastie
And
has...
then,
Did Panthers already grab theirs too?
no, but I figure he'll shout out real quick because I think he already had his guys ready to go.
I mean, this is about as
Yeah,
close
he
as
took
you
Outtaker. B he
Ooh.
selects Outtaker. So we're looking
That's
at
the user
Timo.
who dat and Outtaker. So then the Saints.
How's it feel to be drafted Outtaker?
It feels great, man. I figured I was going to be on the Panthers.
Yeah, we tell this guy
So
to turn
you're
his mic off.
you're gonna play. What position do you think you're gonna play over there?
Wide receiver
Bench.
line.
And are you gonna be a coordinator or a head coach?
Looks like I'm going to be coordinator.
All right, brother, you got to learn how to hit protect the sticks, and you should do decent.
Protect the sticks.
All right, who's up next? Will you?
I got Saints on the draft here. They got about a minute 20 left.
And they have back to back, right?
Yep, they have back to back. So got a minute 20 left for their pick, their final pick in the round 3. Round third. Back up the other way.
They took Eastern with the last pick in the 3rd round. And then they have another pick right away.
Clock. Nick, congratulations, Easton. He's one of those old
Sensei Easty. Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be harder than people think to actually get on a team with such a small, short season. The good thing is a month later, if everything goes smooth, we'll be talking about season 2. And hopefully at that time talking about expansion and bringing, maybe 3 lines or whatever if everything works out right. I mean, realistically, this is your beta to run through and find out the holes in your ideas, right? I mean, that's the whole point of this season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And the next pick is in.
Next pick is GMB Stunna.
Yep.
I like that pick. Like that pick. Goat Carnage. And B Heat is on the clock with the Panthers.
Yeah, Realish, you want to just keep tagging them for me so I don't.
All right, and the next pick is in. It is XYZ Joker, aka Mr. Unknown.
Unknown.
So this is Okay, so they have 6 people now.
Fucking obviously.
So I'm gonna say, what the fuck was that? First off,
I don't know. It's probably shady.
I hate everyone.
The next pick. The next pick is in.
Who do we have as the next pick?
I am reloaded.
It's reloaded. We have the Pats back on the clock. This is the last active player, technically speaking, because in the rest are, well, I guess they're all active, right? Based on what you guys are stating. They just got to put 2 lines together based on the players that they have.
Yep. Basically.
Because there's no guaranteed games like there was in the old AFL, BFL era. Like I don't.
Not at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's short season. It's not a big deal. I can understand that. I mean, I understand there's going to be some rules and regulations that are not going to be ignored with a 2-week season. I mean, so on my team, the Pats, user be flawless, hog crazy. You already picked up Money Mike, Champ, and me. Who is the 4th round pick?
And your next teammate is in.
What do we got?
You have Carnage 311.
Carnage? Alright. We have a Carnage.
So
The Chargers
Hutch
are on
still
the
And the
hasn't
next
been
pick
taken,
is already
correct?
in.
Oh, who's that pick? Run it.
The Truth JGW.
Truth got picked up. Okay. Not that anything's wrong with
I was
that.
like truth.
I
was
love
like
me some truth. So you've got guys that thought they were going to get picked up, not picked up. Guys that are still set. Who's still left out there? You've got some pretty good. You got Hutch still out there. You had him in the first round, right? Remix go
Oh
yet?
yeah, Hutch. Always a top.
Remix, yeah, he was
Remix
first
went
round pick.
Okay.
second or third or something.
Got
I don't
Kuro.
know.
He's still out there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if he's gonna play.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Crow play Madden yet this year.
Bama's,
I have not. Brownies?
Bama's there.
Is it Brownie
He's
still out
always a
there?
solid player. Brownie's is out there.
Mhm.
Ed Reed Ponju, which I'm thinking James is about to take, and Rogue
Yep.
took Ed Reed Ponju.
Of course he did. That's one of his boys.
Right.
Shit.
That's what I said.
I'm one of his boys
that was
too. He
their
didn't
last
grab
game.
me, fucker.
He doesn't like you like that.
Yeah, I guess not.
Does he have did he pick up Apple Danish in the first round?
Yes.
And he did.
absolutely.
3rd pick of the draft.
You know
That's
that.
I figured. I figured.
Picked up Apple Danish, Dirty Falcon, Great Linux, Ed Reed Ponju, and Texas James Rogue Apollo is how his team's iron out there, the Titans. And so you have the Eagles that are on the clock.
Pick is already in. It is their boy Haydenland. Now Goodfella TG.
Refuse. Utah, Outlaw Torn. I mean, there's a lot of good names in here still that, I mean, based on what they used to be.
Outlaw
I don't know.
Torn?
Yeah.
I'm the one who told him to sign up. I don't even know if he has the game yet, though.
I'll tell you, whoever takes Hutch in the last couple rounds, I mean, if he gets some cards, play some games, it'd be a good ass pickup.
It is on the last pick of
Aries
the,
is asking who got him.
Aries is on C Actually's team.
And the last pick is in.
of the 4th round. Who is it?
Yep. Cade Matic 4.
Cade Medic 4 is first or last pick of the round 4. Now going into the last 3 rounds, I'm sure the ECUs will fly pretty fast. So he rounded out his team which is IR Brady Black Doorside with the Giants. You have Shady on Xbox, Zikmac, whatever the
So
hell that guy's name is, Nate
is
Cash Money, and
Nate
K Matic.
Just call him Chino.
Chino.
is Nate playing with you, Shady?
Yeah.
That's a good ass line.
First round of the 5th pick. He has about a minute left.
He took with the first pick in the 5th round, which is technically a backup, but doesn't really matter. He took Phoenix XI something or other. Lots of eyes.
Now Eagles.
So we'll just
5th round.
Phoenix.
Wow.
And Gabe snagged Hutch.
Wow. Okay, well,
That's awesome.
training
For
for
them.
next season when he ends up on my team. So get him trained up and get him some cards and. He's so you have the Hutch, second pick in the 5th round, going to the Eagles. We are now on the clock with
Damn,
the
Hutch
Titans.
went. He fell that far?
Yeah, second pick in the 5th round.
Oh my.
He's pulling a Brady. Can't
Why
believe-
did I get picked up so early? I'm trash.
Yeah, I don't know. I was asking the same question.
All right.
Well, you knew Apple Danish pick because it's James and Apollo. That's their missing piece, right? So from there,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Rogue just might have made the best gamer tag pick in the league.
What
Next
with
pick
Hutch?
is in.
okay,
No.
he picks
Rogue
up.
takes regular guy.
Oh god.
The regular guy.
Anyone,
Not a complicated guy, just regular.
I'm gonna change my name to the regular guy. So Abyss, you have the Truth, JGW on your team. You have Aries and Mags. I mean, that just sounds like a fun party to be a part of. Actually, and Most Wanted, all on the Chargers. They're now looking for the 5th round pick to replace Abyss.
Yeah, right.
I have a question though. How come every time I go look at Mags's like videos, it's always him throwing a pick?
I don't know, because he's good at
You
throwing
hate to
picks.
see that.
I don't know. Is it usually me in the game? Because it's probably my fault if I'm in the game with him.
Nah, you're never in the
And the
game.
next
It's
pick
always
is
like
in.
just random games, dude.
Probably the ones he says
Next
record
pick
this
is
week. He studies it. Next pick is in. What do the Chargers pick up?
Mr. 850.
Okay, I like that.
They must be going for Johnny and them boys too.
I like that pick. Give me 850. God, huh?
And the next pick is in.
Who did the Pats pick up?
Jiggy.
I'm not sure who that is. Who is Jiggy?
I don't know. Jiggy
I don't know, guy wants a jig, man.
Jiggy's gets the sound. Gets the draft.
No,
sound.
my autocorrect said who is Buggy. Yeah, that's not it. Oh, Midwest Chronic.
That's who Jiggy is?
That is who Jiggy is.
Okay. I remember Midwest Chronic.
And Beastie took Coach Magby.
So the Panthers are on the clock.
What are you guys in the 5th round right now?
Line
Yes.
in the office quickly. I can't keep up. I thought 2 minutes was a good time, but I cannot keep up from my side.
Well, they're taking 10 seconds. We could have gave them an hour to pick. These
Yeah,
dudes
right.
are just
These dudes are
there's an
blasting
old
off.
one.
They're
Dude.
just good that they're
There's
on
an
top
old
of it.
one.
The
Behe's pick is in.
Panthers pick is in. Okay, who do we got?
Rise above the hate.
Okay, Rise. There you go. Seen you in the chat talking about you're going to be in ECU. There you go. There's your chance. Earn your spot. Saints pick. Clock. I can't even get into where I need to get in.
All right. Saints have one of their picks in.
Who did they pick?
Hey, yo, it's Mark.
I like that pick.
What team did you go to?
Who went to the Saints?
Saints.
With
Why?
I'm gonna get that butt.
I'm gonna get that butt.
And their next pick is in.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of freaked me out when you said that. And then I realized that was Willie.
Yeah.
I'm Uncle Willie's
And
son. Who do you pick?
their next pick is in as well. Revolves.
Mad at him. That's actually not. That's there's a couple picks there. They're decent guys to have. To be able to call on when you need somebody to step up if your original guys can't pull the weight. I mean, it's 2 week season. By the time you figure out their ass, you're not going to be able to really do much. But I mean, if somebody can't make it, there's the guys that. I mean, Mark's pretty on all the time. I know because he's always on my party.
And Behe's pick is in.
Pick is in. Or Behe's pick.
D. Joe.
Dejo. That's an old name too. My goodness.
They're all old names at this point, man.
99.9% uptime on 2 million websites.
Yeah, if you were in
worldwide.
this shit 10 years ago, then you're back right now.
Years ago.
I mean, shit, I'm 27 now. I started playing when I was like 18.
Yeah, right.
I think that's.
Yeah, I'm 22 now, and I think I started playing
Jesus.
when I was like 15.
Well, good. Maybe we're all older and slower, so we can press buttons slower than these other young kids coming in to show us how it's done.
I don't know if I've quite reached that point where I'm slower yet, but I'm getting there.
Oh, you're only
like-
22. When you're 27, have 12 kids and a wife, you know.
My lord.
Not
Beastie's
12.
pick is in.
The Texans.
Yep.
Who do you pick?
Reaper of Legends.
I don't know who that is. Anybody else know?
Yeah, Champ used to run with him all the time. He was just like running back, linebacker or something like that.
And the next pick is already in as well.
Pick is
Woody V2 or Teens of Gohan.
Teen Gohan.
You know, I-
V2. That's not the Woody I'm thinking
Yep.
of, though, is it?
Oh, that's
That is
Woody.
Woody you're thinking.
That's Woody.
Oh,
That's Woody.
Oh, okay.
That's WHOODY Woody.
Have right now the pick is the Chargers are on the clock.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is we'll be done in no time.
Yeah, I said this would probably take about 2 hours just for the draft. It's been 38 minutes, and we're 1.5 rounds, 1.5 rounds left.
Yeah, it flew by. I expect seventh round to take a little bit of time, but that kind of flew right by. No,
And
the
the
guys
next pick is in. Z actually takes JO 9000.
JO
Yeah.
9000.
Did they also get 850?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That's
Johnny.
the
and them
line
boys.
that's going to take over my spot.
That's Johnny and them.
Johnny and Deb boys.
Texas James and Rogue. Rogue is up next.
We've got on the pick we have coming back up. We are now setting in the 6th round with only 3 picks left in that round. Or he actually just picked, didn't he?
Yes, he actually just did. He picked J.O.
Okay, so it's Rogue Apollo's pick.
Yes.
J.O., isn't that I think I know it. That's
Johnny.
Johnny, that's right. Way back when, Johnny.
And Rogue Apollo's pick is in.
For the 6th round pick, who did they pick?
Crazy Red Bear.
Crazy Red Bear. I've never even heard of Crazy Red Bear unless it's somebody who
Change your name.
I
changed
also
their
have
name.
not heard of them.
I think at this point he's just picking guys with cool gamer
Well,
tags.
it could be somebody they told to sign up for an ECU.
Picking cool gamer tags is all he's doing at this point.
It is Rogue and James. They like to plan out.
If Jimbo hasn't been picked up, y'all better go pick up Jimbo. I'm pretty sure he plays with Johnny and them.
Yeah, that's probably their last pick when it comes back around. So right now it's the Eagles. Did they pick?
Gabe's pick is in.
Did they pick?
The one and only, the Crow.
That's a good choice. He'll play for Gabe.
Think so?
If
Think
Gabe's,
so?
I think.
Yeah, no,
he'd come in
they're
and play
boys,
head coach for
Even
him.
as an ECU?
Yeah, they've always been civil, I should say. It's hard to be civil.
They
with
play
Crow
Smite
for most
together
people.
every once in a while, so.
Gotcha.
Last pick of
And
the 6th round
pick is in.
is in. Go
Last
ahead,
pick
Vince.
of the 6th round is
Jimbo.
he listened to you. Look at that.
Oh, IR Brady heard me say that over the stream.
So he went
I
and grabbed
guarantee
him. So it is his pick.
I like
still
Jimbo,
for
though.
Pick 1 of round 7. First pick of round 7. He's on the clock here.
You guys are killing me. My wife's not asleep yet.
So
Can
you
we
fake
slow
it?
these picks down a bit?
We still got a lot to talk about.
20 minutes a pick, gentlemen. You have to take the whole 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Have to give it all up. I would run out of things to talk about. I think 5 is probably. I could probably even get the sound to work on right if we did 5. But you're saying picks in, and I'm trying to move around and mark them off the system, and still put them in the
No, I'm
system.
cool with this.
Struggling.
I did not expect it to be as quick as it has. It's actually
Well, the pick
after
is
after
in.
the 3rd pick, I caught up finally, and
All
took
right.
me a minute there.
IR Brady's next pick is in.
He picked the first of the 7th round. The first pick is
Utah AP.
Hey.
E. The Eagles are on the clock, and the clock is ticking. So far, the
Do y'all
Eagles.
still need me in this party or what?
Eagles.
No, you can bounce. Appreciate you coming in.
Hush.
Bounce.
Goodfella,
Alright, man.
Strap Mob, Mr. Showtime, Mr. ATM, Mr. User Pick. There's a lot of misters. And Gay Billy.
My man. Going to Gabe. My
Bam.
wide receiver.
Bama,
My boy.
2K16, the second pick of round 7.
That's my guy. You know. Too bad I couldn't get the old crew back together. Me, Bama, and JT.
JT, is JT playing?
He signed up because I said, hey, you know, if we, by any chance we end up on the same team, you can play quarterback for me because I don't want to play it.
You're probably the worst quarterback.
No, I'm bottom 5. Not the worst.
Bottom 2, and you ain't 2.
Oh, geez. He's beating up on you. What are you playing now, Biss? I mean, running back
I'll
D-line?
play a little running back. No, linebacker.
Oh, I know that Aries isn't stepping down to linebacker, and I know Mags probably isn't stepping down to defensive line, or Aries stepping down to defensive line. So if that's a line, they got to figure that out.
How much time we got left for Rogue here?
We have a minute and 20 left for Rogue. TikTok, and he has about a minute left for his last Mr. Irrelevant pick.
All right, peace out. Peace out.
Take care.
He's out. I do have another guest. We'll wait, and I guess until the draft's over, we can come in and told me he wants to quote unquote talk his shit.
Okay, well, I guess we'll let him come in and talk his shit. I don't know how much shit you can talk before you even get rolling, other than the fact that Shady just came in and claimed the Super Bowl is his.
Wait, is Rogue? Yeah, Rogue's up. I was tagging the wrong person.
He has 20 seconds. There's still a lot of good players left out there. I'm surprised at the people that are left on the board compared to the people that were picked, which I figured a lot of them would get the guys that they know they run with and they want to grab. I figured that was the case. Three, two, one, and does he have a pick in?
No, my clock was 5 seconds behind. I got 5 seconds left.
You started your clock late.
Alright, and he did not get a pick in. Oh, yes, he did. Right as I was posting Z, actually. He got Beach. Beach is back.
Beach is back. Last pick for the Titans. Now the Chargers are on the clock.
What's IR Brady's gamer tag?
IRX Brady. I have him on my friends list somewhere.
So I think by them taking that boy Jimbo really threw off Chargers here. Moving forward.
How y'all doing?
Pretty good, Brady. If you just give us a second till we finish up these last couple picks.
It is a Giants party. We have IR Brady in the party here.
Yes, sir.
Z actually
Rebels
picked
PT got picked up. I feel bad for you, Z, actually.
So the Chargers just picked up Rivals.
Yep.
He might want to repick if he could, because I don't think Rebels is playing. He signed up by accident.
Well, if he signed up, he can drop him and go to the free agent and see what's available there.
Okie doke.
Yo fault for not checking on him. We're checking with him.
Got him.
Which, I mean, like I said, for 2 weeks, you really shouldn't need 3 ECUs. That's a whole nother freaking line.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
I thought we were only doing 6 rounds.
Staff thought it would be good to add another ECU to make sure that nobody
I don't know. I posted it a few times, but
goes through.
it just kind of goes through every. People will post 1,000 things, and some people don't see it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see it because I had work tonight.
Going back through those chats is a big pain in the ass. Oh, on the Patriots. All crazy. Used to be flawless. Money Mike. Champ. Ice the Man. Carnage. Midwest Chronic. Team Goham V2. And do they have their pick in? With 40 seconds left on the clock.
I'll be real with you, Ice. I wanted to pick you up.
Oh, thanks, Brady.
Okay, there we go.
The pick is in?
I wanted to, man.
Gamer Girl.
Wait, is that the gamer girl from the EBA or whatever? Or is that a different person? That was Baller Girl.
No.
That was Baller Girl. Is this a dude or is it an actual chick?
Probably a catfish.
Probably
has a dick.
Oh, jeez. Texans are on the clock.
Yikes! No.
What? Let the rest of us in on the joke.
Man, we're talking about who Gamer Girl could have been, and Hog Crazy said, "That's my sister, bro. Relax."
Camaro told me to get him, her, whoever that is.
She doesn't. She does not identify as a man or woman.
Well, we shouldn't be sexist here in the EFL.
So does he or she wear a cup during the game? That's the question.
Guess it doesn't matter as long as he or she can play, right?
Yeah.
45 seconds left for the pick. For the Texans.
Oh, I just told him 20.
I start it right away. 35 seconds. I speed it up right away.
Camaro says Gamer Girl is bae.
How much time's left on your clock?
I have 10 seconds as of now. Texans will be skipping their pick.
Is about to get skipped.
4, 3, 2, 1, and fuck a beastie.
Brutal. Oh, he took Orlando.
Oh, he took Orlando last minute. Okay. I'll wait to start the Panthers clock. Panthers clock is on now.
And they've already picked.
Yeah, see, the Panthers got their shit together. They're ready to roll.
Yeah, He's on top of it.
Sorry, B's got a list of shit he's ready to pull out of there.
B is taking Mitch.
Mitch, okay.
Mitch 3090.
So that leaves
Hopefully
us
not
down
Trubisky.
to the 7th pick of this, or 8th pick of the
last
7th
pick.
draft. Mr. Nobody gave a
Mr.
shit
Irrelevant.
about. Mr. Irrelevant.
That pick would be Cleveland Cash.
He picked Cleveland Cash as his final pick.
Cleveland Cash.
Cleveland Cash is his final pick. Now, this went a lot better in my head than it actually went because it went way too quick. But let's look over here and see where people landed.
First off, let's just talk to Brady for a second.
Hi, how you doing?
Brady!
Brady has some beefs, I guess.
Some beefs? He's got beef?
He's got some beef. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
What's your beef,
So I want to first off call out Mr. Remix 02. I sent him a message before the draft. I was like, hey, I might be interested in picking you number 1. And he said, I quote, I don't do tryouts. I was like, all right. Then you won't be number 1 pick. And he's been talking a lot of shit about Shady.
Oh, wow. Where did Remix end up? I don't even see.
I think he ended up last pick of the first round.
Correct.
Yep,
He went
Remix. There he
to
is.
the
He went to the
Saints.
Saints.
Willie
So
and
he's
Sal.
Saints. He's gonna be in our division, but I think Shady will take care of him.
So Giants,
So
Eagles,
you're
Panthers,
saying-
Saints. And so the Giants already have some beef with the Saints, huh?
Yep. I mean, I don't have a beef with their owner or their GM, but just with Remix.
So would you say to I'm Uncle Willie's son, tell him when Remix is going to be on the board, or when it's going to be on the game, and you'll make sure you put Shady up against him?
We could do that.
Head to head there, that'd be a good little week 1 matchup.
I'll show him why I picked Shady number 1.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Wow.
And I'm going number 2 here. I got another little beef I've got going on.
Tell us what you got, Brady.
Okay. So, defeat you 44.
Oh yeah. I
He
heard about
is
this little drama
the
here.
biggest
Defeat you,
snake.
the Texans.
He's,
GM.
he's a huge snake, and before the draft, a week before the draft, I took ownership and told him I was going to pick him up. And he came to my party. We talked a lot, and he said he was going to be on my team. I was going to take him first round. And then, like, a few days after that, he takes Beastie's GM spot and says, oh, it wasn't going to work out. So I think that was a really bitch move.
So you were going to take him first overall with round 1 first pick, and he went to Beastie's team as a GM instead of taking your first round overall.
Pretty much, yes.
So the Giants have a little bit of beef with both the Texans and the Saints, which the Texans are, you can only meet in the Super Bowl, but you're hoping they make it so you can shut them down, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, with defeat on that team, I don't think they're going to make it past first round, but...
Oh, wow. But you were going to make him your first pick. You can't say that.
I mean, he's good when he plays with us because we just tell him what to do, me and Northside, because he's our third. And when we tell him what to do, he usually does it.
Wow.
So what you're saying is, you're
I
the
don't
coach.
think anybody
You
can
gotta show him how
tell
to
him
be a
what to do
player.
like us. Yeah, we've got to literally tell him what to do on pretty much every play.
So you're saying he's a
So
bot.
good luck, defeat. Good luck with your new little line over there. I won't see you in the Super Bowl.
Wow, calling out the entire team on that point, saying they're not good enough to make it. Because realistically, in this league, you need one good line.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't see James Smith losing that much. And I think it'll be us versus James Smith in the Super Bowl.
calling out right away. Well, the Giants has already mentioned, Shady came in, of course, if you've been listening to the show, and already said the Super Bowl is his. He guaranteed it right away. He's the number 1 pick overall. He said he got his line. It's over.
I think so. I've been saying that since before the draft. If I got those 3, I think we win the Super Bowl.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Brady. Didn't you used to run with Hutch back in the day?
No, that was Aries and Redwater.
Or not Hutch, I'm sorry. Crow. I was looking at Crow, said Hutch. Or looking at Hutch, said whatever. You used to run with Crow back in the day, right? IR Brady?
No, that was another Brady. That was
Gotcha.
that was
This
another
Viper.
kid.
Fear the Viper.
Yeah, Viper.
Oh, that's what it was, Viper. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah.
He went late 6th, or he went 6th round. I figured, he would go 5th.
Yeah.
If
I
people
don't
wanted
think
him.
he was I don't think Crow was a big pick because I haven't seen him on Madden since this game came out. So I wasn't gonna take him.
No, I don't blame you. He's going to get picked off of his old name, I'm sure. So you're looking at, I did. So if you're looking at everybody else on the board and the picks that you made, of course your first 3 were exactly what you wanted. You want to put together that line. Your 4th pick, K-Matic, was that your guy to fill a hole on your line?
Yes. I was honestly hoping for you or Outtaker to drop, but I figured it wouldn't happen, but I was hoping.
Now, I heard rumors that you were looking to pick up Mags later in the rounds in order to fill your quarterback spot or put as a quarterback spot. Was that not a real thing?
Before the draft it was because I didn't think I was going to get first pick. But when that happened, I think Mags is a great player, but I had to make a first pick decision.
And you think Shady's that pick?
I think Shady's that pick.
Okay. Now, going in the MUT draft,
All right.
does that not mean anything for you to pick? You get last pick. You don't feel that's going to hurt you at all?
I think it will. There are so many players out there, but I feel like now that I've called out Beastie and Defeat, now they're going to start trying to go after me. So I feel like they might try to take one of my players that they know I want because Defeat is my boy.
Well, he was your boy until you came on the show and blasted him and called him a snake.
Shit. He's a snake, but I think he can take a beating.
Well, all right. Anybody else have any questions for IR Brady? Appreciate you coming on the show. Anybody have any questions for him?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question for him.
Oof.
What's up,
Hey
Hog?
Brady. Hey Brady.
What's up, Hog?
Hey, have you played with Shady on a condensed team, not on a 95 overall offense?
I have not.
Condensed his offense. Okay, so you don't know his potential as far as reducing the amount of great players that he has. So when he gets into a game,
I don't really.
can he read
I don't really
a
think that matters.
defense? No, it
I don't
definitely
think
matters.
that
'Cause
matters.
This game is. No, it's all about the quarterback, bro.
Well,
How good is he?
I believe in my quarterback.
I just want to know what
And-
you see in him as far as a number one pick.
I think.
I mean, you've already drafted him, so what do you see in him?
Him and his line is going to be, if not the best, one of the best lines in this league. And
You picked the big man, right?
no, I picked his friend Zakamak, or Chino, as they call him.
Okay, first of all,
Apparently, he's supposed to be.
Okay, I don't know
who the
who
hell
that is.
invited Hog Crazy in here? And I have no fucking clue how he snuck in here. Second of all, thank you, Brady, for
Yeah.
coming on. I
Hey.
appreciate it. Hog sneaking in. I didn't even know who the hell was asking the questions there for a minute. I will get to you in a minute, Hog.
Actually,
I'll get to you
I
in a
need to
minute,
get
Hog.
actually in here.
Hold on, I'll get to you in a minute, Hog. IR Brady, I appreciate. Thank you for coming in. Good luck on your season this season.
Yeah.
And take care, brother.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Hey,
Hog,
hey,
crazy. You were going
real
after
quick,
him for his
time
first
out.
pick. Go ahead. What are you talking about, Abyss?
Realist and Nice check staff chat, but okay, continue.
No, I was going after Remix first pick. He wanted to come to my team, but wouldn't reply last minute as far as his running back. So I'm sure he's okay with being on the Saints. But outside of that, actually stole two of my picks in this draft. Abyss and Aries right before each of my picks.
Hey,
So
to go
pissed.
on record, he sent me a message before he took me and said, "Will you play running back D line?" And I said, "Probably not."
Okay, so Hog, if you had first pick overall, because you just kind of blasted him for
Yeah.
picking Shady.
Uh-huh.
So you had first pick overall. You ended up in that first spot. You didn't trade out of it. Who was your number one first pick out of everybody on the board?
Let's see, it depends on what I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for a quarterback, it
No,
would
your
probably
team.
been
You got
Remix.
you, User B, and your Patriots got first pick. It just happened to fall that way. You would go Remix number one.
Yeah, I would probably go. I mean, I want to fill my quarterback spot because I'm playing a receiver, so I would probably go Champ Remix, or let's see what other quarterbacks we had on the. That's about it, man.
Wow, all the quarterbacks on the board. And
I
that's
mean,
what you
Hutch.
fill it with.
Hutch. No, I mean, I would have went after Hutch as well, but he kind of explained to me that he hasn't played at all. So Tyler's my guy.
Doesn't really have, from my understanding,
not
he
gonna-
doesn't really have a powerful offense. So when whoever drafts, he's either got to grind to get or go out. And it's been a while since Hutch playing. I mean, I'm glad he's back. I missed him. Now all we got to do is get the clutch back. We got to get the Hutch and clutch.
Oh,
connection
Hutch is
again.
quitting. He's already told me he's quitting.
What?
Like, so they can go ahead and blacklist him. I'm just kidding. No, he's not quitting.
But
He's probably gonna text me in a minute. Tell me to
Hey,
stop
real
lying.
quick,
Stop lying. Yes.
we all just agreed in the staff chat. Because I was asked by a couple owners about trades. We decided you have until midnight tonight. So you have 2 hours. If there's anyone you want to trade,
Wow.
anything you need, all that good stuff.
That could really shake up some shit. Wow, and it doesn't matter where you trade. You can trade a round 7 for a round 5, or is that the case? It doesn't matter? These are the guys that are on the board and they can trade.
We have to approve it.
Gotcha.
We will have to approve any trades.
Okay.
If you trade a
Alright, I'll
six
get
round
out and
pick
let
for a
Beastie
first
come in.
round pick,
Billy come in.
nah.
All right.
So-
Thanks for joining, Hog.
Appreciate it, Hog. Take care.
All right, man.
Go ahead, if you got Beastie Abyss, go ahead and invite him. He wants in.
Yeah,
And then
Ice, anything you want to
Gabe,
talk about before? Or?
and then Gabe wants in after Beastie, and I'd
all
probably say that's the last one.
all of the owners going through and giving their say so, I guess. I mean, I'm okay with whatever. Let me going over just the teams real quick. I put it up and I've lifted up here on the stream so you see who goes where goes who. I mean, anything blow you guys away? Just real quick talk about while someone's inviting Beastie in here. Anything kind of set you guys off a little bit? Like, why did that happen?
Hutch
Honestly,
lasting to the ECU round.
Yeah.
Well,
the draft basically went the way I thought it would for the most part in the first 2 rounds.
yeah.
And after that, it just got kind of wild.
Well, I mean, realistically, you at that point you've already got if you're a GM and an owner, you've kind of got a couple spots to fill, and beyond that, your second line's like a who really honestly cares at that point, because if one line can win it all this season. Be one good line, and the second line is there to support.
I did not invite Beastie yet. I'm inviting him now.
I'm a little surprised that Mags got picked in the 4th round on round 1. I'm a little surprised at that, even though Mags is my boy. Other than that, I figured Shady and Remix would go. Beastie picking up Ryan Plays Mutt, probably the 6th pick, I think is a good pick.
MVP.
So that was a good pick. Beastie, now we just had IR Brady in here.
Oh my god.
And he was talking mad shit about how pissed off defeat he is about defeat not coming over to him. And how they're going to win the Super Bowl. So, I mean, how do you feel your team is shaped up? Is it shaped up how you want it to?
I mean, honestly, let's not talk about his team first because his team's trash. But
no, I was talking about your team.
I feel, yeah. My team, Ryan Plays Mud. I already reached out to him. He's good. He's ready to go. And they were talking shit about defeat you not knowing what to do at quarterback. Well, he's a running back linebacker, so.
He's your running back linebacker.
No, he's Ryan Plays Mud's running back linebacker.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, they had him down
So they
as
were
a
talking
quarterback.
about him. Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, you guys can decide what you know.
Yeah, I went into the draft trying to pick up the best person, so I talked with Defeat, and he said he was willing to play any position that we needed.
Take one for the team. Other than that, I mean, you got GA Boy, I'm Reloaded, Coach Magby, Reaper of Legends, Orlando, Texas. I mean, other than that, how do you feel you're pulling out? Now, Texas, isn't Texas I thought he was a quarterback.
No, he's
Texas linebacker.
Linebacker, that's what he is. Okay, defensive coordinator, linebacker. So, I mean, you like your team. You like the way that it pulled out the way you wanted it pulled out, better than what you anticipated being that 6th pick.
Better.
Yeah.
Better. I did not expect Ryan Plays Mutt to fall to me at 6, so that was very surprising.
Now let's go back and just kind of do a what if. Let's say 6th pick Ryan Plays Mutt. He's up higher. What was your idea first pick there? I mean, if someone was on the board, what was your go-to?
I probably would have picked like Showtime, someone that was really good at receivers, so Defeat would have a good receiver.
Gotcha. Probably would have definitely threw your whole game plan out, but you guys were picking fast. Like, it was bang, bang, bang off the board. I couldn't even keep up. Like, I envisioned the show going a lot slower than that, and me having to fill time. I created all these individual slides that will never get used. But how do you think the first overall EFL draft went?
I think it went really good. Like you said, it went really fast, and that means the owners were prepared and knew who they wanted going in.
Yep. They definitely had a plan out. Now, of course, you switched yours last minute pretty quickly. But I can't say I blame you if Ryan Plays Mutt's up there. I think he's in the top 100 players. For him to be setting up there that high is pretty surprising. But maybe he's the new guy that sneaks in and shows everybody in the league that the new guys have it, and all of us old guys go to ECUs where we belong.
I don't know if this question was asked, but Beastie, if you would have had the first pick in the draft, who would you have taken?
Ryan plays Mutt hands down. His potential is just out of this world. So
Overall, first round
I
pick.
did. I did say
Yeah.
he was going to be the sleeper if he actually is willing to play, and
Hey,
you seem like
Behe's
you
next,
already
by the
reached
way.
out to
He
him.
asked me first.
Oh, he wants to talk.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say, Beastie, before hopping out? And I appreciate you coming on and kind of giving your owner of the Texans kickback. In your division, you got the Titans, Chargers, and Patriots. Who do you feel is going to be, looking at the teams, who do you feel is going to be your biggest challenge?
Well, I think any team is really going to be a challenge, especially being a new season. You don't really know what to expect. But obviously, James Smith and Rogues line is always hard to play against.
You're forgetting that I'm on the Chargers, and I'm probably the greatest running back D line of all time. So.
Well, I was going to say Patriots, best running back defensive line of all time, but we'll go with whatever. I don't know if I'm playing
And you're
running
playing
back
with
or
Aries, right?
I'm
Abyss
playing
is-
with Most Wanted and Truth JGW.
Really?
There you go.
But I'm playing linebacker, running back linebacker. So
Ah, there you go.
All right.
said I'll
Are
play
you a
that.
coordinator
That is
or are you a
fine.
head coach?
I'll be the defensive coordinator.
There you go.
See, they're switching it up for you. Now you don't have to kick that trade clause into place. Beastie, as always, a pleasure talking to you. Little upset I didn't end up on your team because you're my boy, but we'll hash that out later down the road. And
Yeah, no doubt.
but take care and have a great season. All right.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. So you guys want to bring Behe in, the owner of the Panthers?
Yeah, and then after
Correct.
him, we'll have Gabe, and that'll probably be the last one.
All right. Let's bring in Behe. Bring in Behe.
What's going on,
is
fellas?
Behe, you there?
I'm there, sir. What up?
Hey, how's it going? How do you feel your draft
Absolute
went? I mean,
perfect draft.
yeah, you think so? You think it went
Absolutely
exactly how
perfect.
you wanted it?
This is exactly how it went. So, I found out that this was coming back by somebody who I drafted with my first pick. So I went with Beaver, and he's a proven quarterback back in the day. And good thing about him is I've also played with him, and he's helped me get my stats in the top 100 in squads. So on top of that, with him wanting to play with people he's played with, and I was able to get 3 of them in Hudat and Taker, there's nothing better for that line. And as far as I know, one of you guys mentioned something about my general manager that I picked. He's also in the top 100 that I play with for 2 years now.
I didn't know who
And-
he was. What I mentioned is he had the question marks by his name, so it was very difficult to figure out where he was playing or what he was doing. So when I'm setting up a
Yeah.
who needs what for the show, I'm the one that mentioned Goat Carnage. Does anybody know who this guy is? Does anybody know what he plays? That was me asking questions, trying
No,
to figure him out.
the only way for you to know him and to see how many points we put up, you would have to go to the top 100, look at his name, and you see that, we throw for 400 yards a game. We average 3-4 touchdowns a game coming from a quarterback, and that's pretty tough considering all the cheese that is online. So, and then, of course, for Mr. Unknown to fall down to allow me to go play running back D-line, now he's going to see what that quarterback is like. It's just going to be amazing. But I did laugh. There was one owner that took, or actually 2 owners took the K-Matic and I Am Reloaded, who I brought in. Just good luck with their work schedules, because that's definitely something you're going to have to sub in already. But other than that, I think for everybody in general, the draft went pretty good.
I think it looks pretty good. You're sitting there at 7th pick, so it does give you a chance at a higher card when we turn around and do the MUT player draft. If you had, we've asked all the owners this, but if you had the number 1 first overall pick, who would it have been? Just first overall, right out of the gate.
So I don't get why. I see why everybody's saying Ryan plays Mutt, because I do have to give credit to Beastie. I've seen him; he's been up there on the top 100s, playing the squads. Gabe has been up there, so I understand all that. But Ryan is not good, and he's not a committed player, and he kind of cries. I can personally say that he's never beat my line when we got matched up in squads, and we have it on Twitch saved if he ever wants to look at it. But if I had the first overall pick, I'm sticking with Beaver just because we know what we want to do as a team. And we've talked since day one when he told me that this was coming up, what we're going to do. And we've been in touch since day one. So nothing changes there for me.
Well, you did pick my boy
Hey,
Taker.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
Hold on here. Mr. Unknown falling to the 4th round, 7th pick was honestly pretty shocking to me.
I agree. I would agree with that as well.
And pick in the 4th round.
And you know what? It was a pick that I wasn't expecting to make. However, he came to me because he said that Defeat could not play quarterback, and he needed to be saved, apparently. So with him saying that, because he might have had to play with him, and supposedly he was supposed to bring in Ryan, and he hit me up previously and didn't want to tell me his quarterback. And when I found out it was Ryan, I actually laughed. But he said he had to be saved from the Defeat. So I said, you know what, you're gonna come play with my quarterback. Let me just run this team, and we'll see where we go from there. But him falling there was actually a surprise, which made me lose K-Matic and I Am Reloaded. But I brought one of my friends from back in the day, so I'm happy with that.
Now your 5th round pick, Rise Above the Hate, he just showed up kind of the last few days here and started getting active.
Yep.
I mean, you comfortable with that pick there?
So I'm looking long term here. And I let him know. Actually, when I picked him, he messaged me right away on Facebook. He's actually part of a Mutt Coin group that I'm in, where we buy and sell coins. And that's how I actually got in contact with him, because I didn't know he was in there. So once I picked him, I let him know exactly what the vision is. And I said, you need to start scrimmaging so we can start looking towards season 1, past the beta. Just because you are the fill-in, and if you're going to need to be called on, that's great. But this is an opportunity for a guy like him who's been in the league before, who I've started websites with, like the VBA and all that. This is a moment for him to step up as, showing that he can play quarterback, so I can get a line ready. So come season 1, when we have more lines, I know I have somebody to grab.
Gotcha. So it's definitely a building experience. I mean, it is a short season, so that's a pretty intelligent thing to do if you plan on returning and being owner again next season, to be able to grab somebody in this round, 5th round, 6th round, that you feel you can develop into saying, hey, I know this guy's solid, and he's going to be an earlier pick.
I have a line ready for him. They got cards. They play in squads. They're top 100, so he's going to be a little surprised who he's going to get matched with.
Nice. Now, looking at everybody else there, I mean, who would you say would be your biggest competition right now? I mean, you are with the Saints, the Giants, and Eagles in your division, but even out of your division, who's your biggest competition with what's sitting out there, do you feel?
No disrespect. Just by me talking to a lot of these people, they're saying that they came back, they don't have cards and things like that, so I really think that's going to play a factor. I'm really not fearing anybody. However, I feel like we can be upsetted, and it's just because the guys that I play with, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, on Sunday I was in the Mr. Golden Sports tournament for squads, and we placed 3rd out of, I think, 50-something teams. So just in that general, I just feel like we can be upsetted. So, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Gotcha. So you're waiting for that sneaker to come in and take it from you.
Let me give you my thoughts real quick. I think, personally, that the Eagles are the team to beat. I mean, if Gabe, Pick, and ATM play on the same line, that's.
Well, I don't know if you remember.
That's
in one of the chats, I posted an old video of like Mr. ATM and the whole Gabe thing. The thing about them is, me and Gabe been talking, and we come from the Mud Squads 3v3. Like, we've been playing against each other for a couple years, so they can be tough. However, I think it's just going to go back towards the card draft. If they get the cards that they need, they could be dangerous. But just in general, I don't think they have the firepower, honestly.
Is Unknown on your line? Is that...
Yeah, so Unknown, because he fell there and he was sitting there, because after I got the second line, my line could have taken anybody. And when he sent me a message, I invited him to the party, and I said, hey, I think I'm about to pick you up right now. And then he's like, well, you need to pick me now, because I'm like, no, I'm going to get Taker first, and you're going to fall to me. And that's exactly what happened. So he's definitely going to come onto my line. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to allow him to do his wide receiver thing because my quarterback can carry it. And, we're going to kind of go from there.
Nice. Well, the fact that you took that gamble and he fell to you is a pretty good gamble.
Hey, like I said,
What were you going to say?
Like I said,
I haven't seen, or I know that Beaver doesn't have the cards yet, but I know him and Houdat used to be very competitive line in the old days. So,
well,
that's
here's
a
one
real
thing
good
too.
They will have the cards. I'm on their line, and they've already got 5 mil combined as just them two.
Yeah,
They'll
I
have the
helped out.
cards.
No, I forgot Outtaker's in here. It's quite Jake.
Honestly did. I forgot Outtaker's in here too. So
Yeah. What works out about that is I have even if I weren't to get them as a line, I'm sitting on 12 mil coins. The line that I would have picked up would have gotten 6 mil coins to build the team. And that's just coming from an owner standpoint because I became prepared, like I said. But it's going to be a good season.
yeah, I wish you the best
If
of
you
luck.
want to give
Anybody
me
have any-
6 mil, that's cool.
Yeah, pay the commission. Pay them off.
Yeah, appreciate
Everything will go in your way.
I'm going to just leave on this
Hey.
note, though. Good luck getting K-Matic and I Am Reloaded to the two teams that drafted them to get them to play. Just saying.
Well, that's kind of shitty. Like they signed up and they're not going to play.
They signed up. They have a very, very tight work schedule that you got to be able to work with.
Yeah, well, maybe not. I mean, they still have with that many people. You got Utah, Dat Boy Jimbo, Phoenix on K-Matic, and then I'm Reloaded. You got Magby, Reaper of Legends, and Orlando. Stay woke. You got enough guys there that if they can't make it to 1 game a week or 2 games a week, you got enough guys to throw in the spot and roll. I mean, being 2 weeks long, I don't see.
This was my
huge
biggest
issue.
fear going into the draft, and this is why my draft fell perfectly, because I had 3 guys who said we want to play with each other. So they know. My thing was some of the snakes in the draft would have drafted people without even talking to them to actually ask them who they have or what their work schedule is, just to draft. And I felt like there was a lot of these picks that started happening with that. And, I think it's going to play a factor.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem I have. This isn't a bring your own. If it's a bring your own, I absolutely agree with you, B. Bring your best squads. Let's rumble. Let's roll. But with EFL, what's always kept us different than the top 100 or the different stuff like you just mentioned, you joined a MUT group that you were, competing against or whatever. Other than those, the EFL's always been a group of you kind of come, put your head down, whatever you get picked, you play, you show your shit. That's the funnest part about it. I mean, I haven't
Exactly.
I mean, I played a couple games with Camaro, and I played a couple games. Money Mike I haven't played with since the old VFL days. But I played a little bit with Hog Crazy, nothing major. I haven't been playing great when I do play, and still they pick me up just because they know I'm going to be reliable. They know I'm a decent guy. I'm not going to bitch about where I'm at or who I'm playing. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to play. We might not do very well, and then again, we might do okay. I don't know. But the point is realistically, and you know as well as I do, in the real world, you have so much pressure and shit. This is the time to unload all of that and just kind of play some football, right? I mean, none of it realistically matters, other than the bragging right of, haha, I got a trophy case and you don't, which is good. But again, it's more of a, so for guys like that come in, and I've said this numerous times, even to Realist and I had this conversation on back and forth on GroupMe, the difference between the EBA and the EFL, or the guys from the old VBA and the VFL. I mean, I was there at the start of all of that. And I've always had a better relationship with the football guys because they have that group of good guys will play with anybody mentality. And maybe it's the 3v3, not the 5v5 that you get less drama on. But as the teams get bigger, they get bigger. I mean, I always want to promote the guys that just want to come in. If they sign up, that means I sign up to play. It doesn't mean I sign up to only play with Beastie on the Texans, or I sign up only to play with Brady on the Giants. I sign up to play. Wherever I play, wherever I go, this is what I want to play, and that's what I want to do. So in response to that, I hate that they didn't reach out to I Am Reloaded or K-Matic or anybody else that's that wants to play together. I mean,
yeah,
I hate that they didn't. Because that's not the name of the game.
Those guys
either.
I can personally say I talked to. They were going to be my fill guys that I wanted to sprinkle in there, like I said, to look towards season 1 because they've never had this experience before.
Yep.
So I just felt like I brought them in, telling them I'm going to sprinkle them in, and now they're going to have the full-blown experience, and I just hope the owner treats them right because they're 2 good guys.
Yeah, And I hope so too. But even if they, it depends on how they react. I'm sure, almost 100% positive, Beastie picked them up because they're of their skill, not because he wanted to screw somebody. And even if he does want to screw somebody, he probably picked them up to put them into place. The problem is some people are going to set the bench. There's 7 people on a team, and you only need 6, right? And actually, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
there's
I
9
feel like
people
I Am
on a
Reloaded
team,
was
you
picked
know?
though because I took unknown because he fell there. If you
Probably.
look at the way the draft was,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And the thing is, that guy doesn't play. Well, I mean, he has a tight work schedule, so I don't know if he's going to play well with Ryan. I think they might know each other from the top 100, but that's about it. But
Well, I wish the new guys the best.
So we'll
That's the
see.
whole, that's about the league. It's like I said, it's kind of getting. What really is this is a test season to make sure what we're putting into place could really work on a bigger schedule or bigger level, So
yeah,
I mean,
the
argument,
ultimate thing that everybody here needs to look about, we're all back, and
that's the key thing.
Look how fast we got signed up and how many familiar faces got in touch, and how quick it got done. So like I said, I'm just glad to see a lot of these people back because I mean, shit, I can honestly tell you, Abyss has been on my friends list for I don't know how long, and we never talked until this started. It's just one of those things we see each other during passing on Xbox, but for the old family to be back from back in the day feels pretty good.
Yeah, it does, and I hope it grows into something big. And I appreciate you coming on the show and giving us your output. Wish the Panthers the best this season, and good luck to you, brother.
Appreciate it. Yep, I'm gonna be there at the Madden Challenge in 2 weeks in January 3rd and 4th, so you guys can see me on there.
We'll look for you. Take care, Behe.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Mr. Gabe Illy.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Gabe?
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Gabe, before we start, is it what's the ILY? I don't know if I've ever asked you that.
The ILY definitely stands for I love you. So I guess you could say I
Does
love
it?
myself. I love me some me.
Gabe, I love
always
you.
said, Gabe, I love you. Like,
Yeah, my name is
then I
actually
was
Gabe,
like,
like
that's
my real
kind
name.
of
Yeah, so
yeah, okay,
I
cool.
didn't make the game return.
All right,
My
Ice,
friend made it
you
for
do
me
you.
a long time ago. Yeah.
You do you is what you said. All right, released Ice.
As a troll.
Now, did you go into this draft saying you're
Gotcha.
picking Mr. ATM? Is that what you did, Illy?
100%. I was
Absolutely
actually
did.
really worried about it. I was really worried about it until I got some information just like today that they was gonna pick Shady at 1. I was like, okay, cool. Cause I'm gonna be honest, if 18 would have got picked at 2, boy, I would have been fucked. I ain't gonna lie to you. Can I cuss on this?
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I guess you did. I got a
'cause,
beeper.
yeah,
Now.
I really didn't have a plan past that. I was like, man, I hope nobody picks 18 at 2, cause I don't really have a backup plan. I guess the backup plan would have been to pick King, which I ended up getting him anyways, thankfully. Which I don't know how I got him, to be honest, but yeah,
You
it was
went
18
right
all the
in.
way for sure.
You went right in, got ATM, Mr. Showtime. I don't know who Strap Mob is. I mean, fill me in on him.
That's underground beast.
Underground beast.
That's
Okay,
underground
underground
beast. But
beast.
there's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
stuff going on behind the scenes right now, though. Like I don't know if I can let y'all know about that right now, or can I, Abyss? I can break some news on the air.
You're right on. You're live. You were on
Okay,
the.
I'm
You
up.
got-
So
you got-
You were on the
break some news
trade
on the air.
talks or
Then
something?
yeah, it's some
EFL
trade talks
network.
right here. So definitely made a mistake. I forgot that it was 2 lines, and I wasn't counting me and Pick as people, so I might have overdrafted at the skill position. And it kind of put us in a really weird spot to where we had too many skill position players, and I didn't really want to like bench anybody, especially my friends. So we're gonna be trading Underground to the Saints in return for Eastern and Revolves. So that's gonna be happening before 12. So yeah, Underground Beast going to the Saints to play with Remix presumably, which is one of the better duos that I can
Makes
remember
sense.
in VFL
Makes
history. Yeah,
sense.
I wanted to keep him.
Yeah.
Underground's my guy. Like I'm really good friends with him, but I didn't realize that until Pick told me. He was like, "Dang, we got all these people. There's only 2 lines," and I was like, "Oh shit! Like, you're right."
Well, tell me
if
this.
If this was 3 lines, oh man, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me this. Did you talk to Crow, or did you say, "Hey, man, I'm about to pick you up," and he said, "Cool," or?
No, I didn't even talk to him. I just picked him up.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We were talking earlier. I said if he plays for anybody, it'd probably be Gabe because they're civil is the word I use.
Yeah, no, me and him are pretty good friends, to be honest. Me and Crow are pretty good friends. I picked him up just because I know he has the game. If I need somebody to get on to play, like he'll play. once it got past like that, it was just like activity. I didn't realize it was so many draft picks. I thought it was just gonna be like 6 people. I didn't realize that it was gonna be that many picks.
Yeah, I want everyone to have 3 backups. Kind of made
Yeah.
sense to me to have 3, and then
You got a whole line set in the bench.
there's like 20 other people, I believe, in the free agency. So if anyone gets blacklisted, says they're not going to play, then you can pick up a free agent on your team for that guy. If you have to
Right.
drop somebody because you fucked up and took too many at the same position, and no one will trade you before midnight, you could drop someone to pick someone up from the free agents.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty content with my team, I would say. I feel like I got some really, really good players in pretty crazy spots. Like getting King on the, I'm very surprised that I got King to be. I still think pretty highly of his skill set. I still think he's a top 3 receiver on the game. That
Who
was
is
pretty
your-
surprising.
So it's you ATM a pick, or is that
The lines,
changing,
I'm
or-
not entirely sure what we're doing with the lines. The strategy, I went with just best players, like people that I know are already good at Madden.
Right.
I'll probably play quarterback for my line, and then Hutch is likely going to be the quarterback for the other line, or Eastern. We'll still have to figure some things out. But I think quarterback's a lot easier when you have good players to surround them with, though. Plus, I can teach whoever the other quarterback is because I play this game pretty competitively. But I do know quarterback's much easier if you have somebody good, like an ATM, or like a user pick, or like a King, or Hayden.
Right.
Like, it makes things easier.
So you're going to have the 7th and 9th pick in the MUT player draft. You feel that's going to hurt you at all being that low?
If I didn't get ATM, yes, that would have been pretty much disaster because I'm getting a lesser player in both regards. Like I'm getting a lesser player in the real draft, but then also in the card draft. But with getting ATM, it doesn't really concern me too much because I do have a pretty good idea of who I'll be able to get down there. Like there's a lot of good cards in the game. So I mean, I'm not going to be getting Tyreek Hill or Dion or anything like that. But I do like that I picked 7 and 9, so I'm able to get 2 really high-level players. Because there's about 15, so probably like around 15 really good players on MUT.
I agree.
To be able to get 2 of them is pretty nice.
I agree. You'll still get a good, solid position player. It just depends.
Yeah,
on
I think I'll be able to get somebody good. For sure, for sure.
So let's cut the chit chat, man. You win the Super Bowl or what?
I mean, it's looking like it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was looking at some of these drafts, and I was
Behe
surprised.
said y'all sweet as
He's
shit.
not scared of you.
Yeah.
I mean, Behe can get this work. I've never played him on this Madden, but I played him in squads last year, and he got smacked both times, and I was playing with high shots. So, I mean, he can get his work, too. No big deal. But ain't nothing sweet over here. The draft, people's draft
kind of sweet, man.
People's draft was, I mean, I just saw him get flooded by Golden Sports on stream by like 50-something points. I mean, shit, I don't really know what that means coming from him. He just lost by 50 to Golden Sports. They was out there running normal cover 3 beaters. I mean, that's not going to be it against us. But the thing is, with having so many good users on one team, even if offensively we're not like the absolute best, if long as we don't turn the ball, we play D, I don't see how anybody's going to score on us, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm pretty confident that I have the best users in the whole league. And then you have Pick, who also, he could be a Madden Pro easily. He's going to be a 2K Pro just in the next couple months. And then ATM, like, it's just so much stick. And then King, it's just it's going to be hard to score on us. I'm not going to lie. I don't think people have played squads that much on the newer Maddens, but it's very hard to pass, especially against 2-3 good users. Very hard.
Well, do you feel that? I mean, I agree, but in most MUT games, you have 2 cornerbacks or 2 or 3 linebackers you're playing against, or 2 linebackers. With the rules the way they are, do you feel that's going to affect your ability to stop the pass? Because I mean, you're playing.
Well,
it
kind of goes both ways because I play a lot of duos. Yeah, I play a lot of duos, and even in the 2v2, it's still hard to pass the ball because it's just the way that the Maddens work now. And plus, the zones don't work very well in this game, so the users have to kind of make up for a lot of things. But 2 users, a linebacker and a safety, is still a ton of field that's being covered. It's hard to get past them. And the user D-line is really not as bad as people are making it out to be. Because using a D-line is a lot easier these days since it's one button. So if you can get like a 3-man, 4-man pass rush going, I mean, you could do like a 3-man rush, get in instantly with D-tackle or in. You could do a 4-man rush, spy, D-tackle. There's a lot of ways that you're getting basically instant heat out of a 4-man rush or a 3-man rush as opposed to having to send 6 or 5 every play. So I don't know. I don't think it's actually going to be a big of a deal as people think. it might even be harder in some ways.
Well,
When
especially
got
since
two
you've
users in
got
it.
what you got an 83 overall or 80 overall offensive line, 83 overall offensive line. I mean,
Right. So I mean, if you
that's
have two
Khalil Mack
users
on the
plus a guy
outside.
getting
He's gonna
in,
bust through every time. I mean, I played with him
right,
the
a
other
guy
night
getting
and
in
was
instantly
dirty.
with a 3 or 4 man rush, and you got two
Yeah.
users. I mean, it's gonna be tough. So I don't think it's gonna really affect us, to be honest. But I'll make sure I schedule my line versus Beaky line whenever we play. Since you said that,
Yeah, he
Straight up.
actually
I
said
got
you're
some. I
flooded.
got something for him. I want all the smoke with him.
Speaking of schedule, everyone will play each other twice, and then you'll play 2 teams out of the 3 division one extra time. So
Exactly.
Okay.
And those who are
you'll play their
wondering,
team 3 times.
if you're wanting to go in and see kind of how the schedule is laid out, I'm doing that now on the stream. You'll notice all this cool new shit I added, but you also have here 8 games, 8 games, 8 games, 8 games. Click on any one of these scheduled games on the right hand side, or you can go up here and go to schedule. Should kick in the schedule that's there, which it will. For the owners, you click this simple button called enter stats. Own the damn. That's everything. Forfeit win. Put in your total offense. Pick your players' positions. Oh, snap. Somebody's already. Look at that. Somebody's already put in the players.
I've
Did
done
they
one
actually
in
put
and
in
put
the
everything in.
Look at you.
my
All the
man?
players in throughout the draft. Yeah, so that's all done. That's all done.
Sweet. No, I don't have to do shit.
There's 9 players there, right? Is that right? Yeah, there's 9 players. Look at that. That's kind of cool. You go in and then put all your stats in there, and that ready to go. Damn, there's a lot of stats.
One
in
thing
there.
I do want to mention, Ice, I don't know if it was just my browser, but if you're in the stat system and you click on rosters, I'm not sure if it shows anything for rosters. It's kind of glitchy.
I'm in.
Just real quick, is there?
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Or?
No, I just wanted to see if you. We're gonna throw it at them and see where you set. That's all. If you're going at B
Oh,
there,
yeah,
then
no.
see how you're looking on the players and how comfortable you are with the
These
draft. But
cool
you had
people, though.
you had a
It's
good
all-
draft.
It's all competition, though. Yeah, I feel like I had a good draft
Yeah,
too.
you had a
Could have
damn
been
good
would have
draft.
been better if it was 3 rounds, but no, I'm definitely excited for the season though. But I'm gonna let y'all go though. But
right.
if you ever try and do anything again, then definitely hit me up for
Yeah,
sure.
Gabe, I appreciate all the help, especially in the beginning with starting out and helping out
Yeah.
the staff and stuff, get things rolling. We really appreciate it.
I wish I still could have been staffed. To be honest, not gonna lie, kind of hurt. Got that taken away from me, dog.
Always next season. Well, you get taken away.
Yeah,
You stepped up in a
yeah.
position that we really needed
You're
you,
not
which
an
is
owner
big,
next
and we mean
year.
that. Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, no doubt though, no
Good
doubt
help.
though. But all right, y'all boys have a good time.
Yep, you too. Hey, you didn't change, just so you know, Outtaker, you didn't change any of the salary positions or the contracted positions, or so they've got like some of these guys show like Carnage has a 0 season contract.
yeah, the owners and GMs I changed to 0-0, but Outtaker's adding the rest, so I don't know what
I
he
just
did.
say we
All I
just clean
did
it up a
was
bit, but
go
it's
to the user
showing.
grouping.
I mean, I'm showing it on the stat.
Yeah.
There's rosters here. Very simple. The teams, you can go in and check out the teams. Carolina Panthers. You can click on the team. They can update their video stream if they have a stream that they are always hitting. So if you always want to go check out a Packers or a Panthers game, every time they're streaming, you just come in here and it will show. You go and update that stream. You can also check their individual schedules, their individual rosters. There's also which the trade system is inactive. I mean, if you try to attempt to trade, but it is still in the system available. All-time stats is not a real thing. Currently, the Dallas Mavericks own our all-time stats for all leagues. I don't know why they wanted them for all leagues, but they own them currently, and they'll be returning them at the end of real soon. So, but we made a deal with them back when the EBA was kicking off. They wanted all the stats, so we sold them to them. Or gave them the rights, I guess. But you can go in and you'll see the player of the game will be here. They'll kind of select a player of the game based on who performed. But you can go into each individual schedule and check that out. The new site, hopefully you like it. We made our back end our front end. Our front end now is when you win trophies, it'll be here. So also check out. We've been really updating these articles up front. So anything else you guys want to
Real
cover
fast.
before what's up?
I just gotta. Hey, Outtaker, you didn't take anyone off the free agent list, bud.
Yeah, I know. Like when there was
You're
like when
grounded.
I was in the 7th round, I
Yeah,
forgot
Your
that
chick,
I had to be
your
selected
chick
off.
ain't gonna be happy with you about this.
That's it. Now you're stuck on playing on the Panthers the entire season for that, just for that. I'm just kidding. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. They're going to win it all, they said. So did the Giants, and so did the Eagles, and so did the Texans. So it's going to be a really good
So we're gonna
season.
hand out 4 trophies this year.
I guess they're all winning it all. So not how I expected it to go for the first EFL on the clock, but first ever. Anything you guys want to cover, go over. I'm sure we'll have a show. I'm going to do a show every week called The Aftermath. I've got it up now. It's The Aftermath every week. So kind of who's where, scheduling, that's going to be a real thing. And then also I hope to get on a couple game day lives, EFL game day lives, only on the EFL network, so you'll see posted on here as well. So hopefully I can get in and look at a stream of somebody and we can talk about it as we're watching the game and maybe steal some plays that I don't know nothing about. So
If you watch Outtaker's games and he's streaming a lot, I'm sure he'll give up a lot of one-play touchdowns.
Perfect. Something to look at. So there might be trades here, is what I'm hearing. But nothing is
Possibly.
exact.
What I told the owners to do if they wanted to make a trade, they had to send it to me before midnight, and both owners had to send it to me and say approved and then group me, and then we'll go with it. But if only one says it, of course, that's a no-go.
Quick question for you guys about the Mutt card draft coming up.
Shoot.
For all 3 of you, are you still here, Outtaker?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm gonna start with Outtaker. If you're you had the first pick in the Mutt card draft, what player? Tyreek Hill. What about you, Abyss?
First pick. Yeah, well, if I had enough coin for Julio, I'd probably take that son of a bitch. So, considering I don't, then yeah, I'd take Tyreek Hill since I already have him on my team.
So you don't have 750,000 coins?
I have 2 mil, but that's
So you have
another
enough.
story. That's another story, really.
Hey, I've got to go out and pick up a Patriots jerseys. So I don't even have Patriots. Who I would have Patriots jerseys? I don't like the Patriots. I got to go out and pick up Patriots jerseys.
Same to you, Ice. I don't know if you know a lot about the Mutt cards, but what are you thinking if you had the first pick and you were in charge?
If I had the very first pick, I'd probably take probably Donovan McNabb, the top Donovan McNabb or the top Michael Vick. They're pretty difficult to stop and hold on to. But those are probably the guys I would grab if I was trying to do a Mutt situation. Me personally.
Alrighty, just wanted to hear your guys' opinions.
What's yours? What are you?
I actually have
My
Lawrence
opinion
Taylor.
is your boy B he is full of him fucking self. That's my opinion.
Hey, look at Bama
my
hopping in.
bad.
Bama 2K. You sit over there and hold the bench. Don't back talk.
Oof. I think
He's still my
Gabe
boy, Blue.
Hey, my boy.
You're gonna bring Bama up to play quarterback for user pick and ATM. So
Sounds like a
Nah,
plan.
I'm here to hold a clipboard and laugh.
Take your trophy, right?
Yeah, you're gonna get a trophy. Yeah, you're gonna get a trophy.
Nah, I'm just glad for the pickup, bro. I ain't tripping.
Me neither. I'm glad to be somewhere with somebody, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'll play anywhere. I don't care. But stay tuned to Aftermath EFL Network. At the end of every week, we'll run a show called The Aftermath. We'll also hopefully have some game day hype. Being 2 weeks, I highly doubt maybe we'll do some playoff games for Game Day Live, but those are the two I'd like to put together. Aftermath's going to be kind of a going over everything and then also kind of a PTI feel, so I'm going to get two guys that absolutely love each other to go at each other's throat. So those will be on the EF Network. Those are the shows I'm working on. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. You guys have anything you want to say before we hop off, close it down, 2 hour show? 2 hour, 45-minute show?
Well, just glad we got this done. Smooth, quick, nice and smooth as possible, and hopefully it goes the same with the Mutt card draft.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a Mutt Card draft show, but maybe we can do something, at least announce them as they're being picked. Or I don't have a whole lot of Mutt Card Mutt Card art. So appreciate the outtaker. Thank you so much for helping me out with all the OTC stuff and on the clock page edits and stuff like that. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
And then thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Can't wait for a very exciting EFL season. So appreciate you guys' hard work. Merry Christmas.
Yep. Take care, gentlemen.
So this.
Did you cut it off, Ice?